Hello everyone and welcome to the last special video of the summer. Not the last one. Trust me guys, I have 3 more videos coming out for you. Thank you guys for 200 subscribers. I've made a post about it, I've made comments about it, you guys have congratulated me. Thank you guys for the support, for congratulating me, even for subscribing. 1 subscriber matters a lot, especially at lower numbers. All 3 of those videos will come from that. And 2 of them are listed. I have 1 surprise. If you go look at my description for the 2 that are listed. I do have a surprise video for you guys though. But that's not what today's video is about. Suggested by Mr. Pro Bro. Love you. You suggest a lot of stuff. Ranking every fan-made level in the game. There's only 10, so this will be kind of a shorter one. But let's get right into last place. It should come as no surprise to you guys that the basketball is in 10th place in the F tier on my newly improved tier list system. It's my second least favorite level in the game. This level moved out of F- tier because that tier just disintegrated. Okay, does anyone know why there's no music playing? What? Oh wait, no, it is here. Okay. I thought there was no music. I guess I'm just deaf. And, yeah, there's no more F- tier, so this is just sitting in the bottom of the F tier. I still hate it. It has probably some of the worst routing decisions I've ever seen in my life. The soundtrack is from Dancing Line, and it's okay. Probably the only thing saving it from... No, let's be real. Alone 2 is going to be the worst level in the game anyway. But, I mean, it saves it from being worse, in my opinion. Not that it would move down a placement from it. This is the only good crown. I think the other 2 suck completely. The last one is the reason this level is even in F tier, honestly. That crown is so stupid. Most people have to look up tutorials on how to get it and then put it in slow motion, like 0.25 speed or 0.5 speed, to just know how to get it. And that is just incredibly stupid to me. Like, I forgot how to do it, so I'm not gonna go for it. But like that, just if I'm not gonna go for a crown, sorry, voice crack at the center. If I'm not gonna go for a crown that's not fun, and that's just, yeah, the routing in this level just kind of kills it for me. It's also just reused decoration, which is fine, I guess. I like the basketball or street basketball. I mean, I don't like the basketball. I like street basketball though. Yeah, I just don't know. Like, I'm not a fan of this level at all, and I really hope that this level can get a weekly match so I could destroy this level. Devil emoji, devil emoji, devil emoji. There's your weekly match joke, Mr. Probro. And yeah, 10th place, F tier. Coming in at 9th place, Fanmade level 3, successful person in the new E tier. E tier is the trash levels, but I don't like hate them. But this level is pretty bad. I initially liked this level a lot. I even put it in S tier, and oh, how the mighty have fallen. It's just kind of boring. It is a 2-star. In all honesty, 2 stars are not really... They can be fun. My 3rd favorite level in the game is 2-star, but this one just doesn't do it. The ball speed is quite honestly very too slow. The music is eh. And the theming is just okay. It reuses like every single obstacle, so that's kind of a disappointment. But at least it retextured the themes, and they look much better. It's honestly what's saving it from being probably in the lower E tier. I don't think it was gonna be F tier, but yeah, it was lower. Still, of all of the fan-mades we have in the game, this one is definitely one of the lower ones, just for being A, the easiest of the 10, and B, just not really being original in any way, except for the original themes. But even then, it just reused Candy's obstacles. I mean, it's even reusing Candy's themes here, so it breaks some records by doing that, but it's not really significant otherwise. I'm not a significant person. It's actually quite unsuccessful person. Don't really know why this level's named that, but whatever. I think it's a transition thing. And yeah, just a boring level that is not very fun to play, has unoriginal objects, but I still don't like despise it. So that's why it's going to be in the newly E tier, as well as 9th place on this list. In 8th place in the new D tier, well, D tier is not new, but the way I structured it is, we have the Chaos, also 8th place on this list. The Chaos is... I prefer the Dancing Lion variant. I'm just going to say that. The Dancing Lion variant's more fun, feels way more chaotic than this level does. However, I do like the Egyptian theme this level went for, because I think using those obstacles does actually work very well here. It uses the Sailing in the Sand Ocean Pharaoh theme from like Fanmade. Correct me if I'm wrong, if that originated somewhere else. Not really into the fan games too much, other than like Fanmade. But other than that, I think gameplay is very lackluster here. There's some parts that I'm certainly not a fan of. A lot of gems, the stuff where you just kind of have to know memorization, and in like mid 5-star is a little questionable to me. This is like a 5.5, I think, easy way. I don't know. It's a mid 5-star. I don't know if memorization is really that okay here. Then again, there's hub, so I'm not gonna take too many points off for it. However, I'm just not a big fan of the gameplay anyway. That crown is always confusing to me. There's some collectible issues, like the 3rd crown, which I almost never go for, considering it's really confusing. I think a lot of 3rd crowns have that problem. Even some levels in the S tier, like Neon, the 3rd crowns I just never go for. I'm only going for it here. Yeah, see, I died because of it, because I never go for it. And the music, I've never been a fan of the music from Dancing Lion either in this level. It's actually probably one of my least favorite in the game, although I do like the Chaos in general. So overall, I think it's on the lower end of D tier, but it's still, like, not trash. I don't think it's trash. But 8th place on this list, because 7 levels are better. Also in the D tier and coming in 7th place on this list, Eclipse. This level's a bit higher in the D tier. It's actually near the top. If you guys remember, it was in C tier. However, plenty of levels got rearranged. There was a level in the A tier that ended up in the C tier, I think. So there was a lot that was rearranged. So this level is... D tier is my pretty bad thing, just bad levels. Not trash, though. And this level suffers most in its route, but also it's just complete unoriginality, especially considering we have 2 much better levels that basically copy this idea. Granted, they both came after this level. They just do it much better. This is essentially a Morning Dawn remix, which I'm fine with. Fan-made levels can do whatever the hell they want. After all, it's not part of the official game, and nobody really had intentions of this happening. However, this level has just some of the worst collectible routing I think I've ever seen. In Fanmades, it's probably the 2nd worst, and I think the other 2 levels are probably better at their collectible routing. Like, that is awful. And once again, 3rd crown, never go for it. And, like, the 2nd gem, or what? Not the 2nd, whatever that gem was, you could literally get it for free, as you saw. That's not how you're supposed to get it, but I got it. So, I mean, very poorly routed in that aspect. So once again, just a level that suffers heavily from its routing, but mostly from its collectible routing. Also, the sunset theme that this level did, it just doesn't work for me. I think the other 2 sunset glow themed levels that we'll see on this list do it much better, and I'll explain why when we get there. But this level, it just didn't do it for me. It didn't really hit the mark, and honestly, it just felt way too difficult for a 3-star. Some people say it's a 4-star. Difficulty ratings aren't listed on the website or anything, the wiki, whatever. So I'm thinking it's a 3-star, but even for a 4-star, I think that a lot of it was just kind of unfair with its collectibles. The first ever fan-made, and kicking off the C tier, we have Cave in 6th place. This is the first fan-made into the level ever introduced into the game. And I didn't know what it was initially, because back then, I just had it in Chinese. I didn't think the language thing was an option back then, but I think the update after... It might have been. I was just dumb. Oh, whoops. And even though I didn't know what this level was at the time, I did still play it without like even a tutorial video, which oftentimes nowadays I'll watch a video first, not that it'll help me in any way, unless it's showing off a new mechanic like Cthulhu with its eye thing. I had to look to see what it meant there. I kind of tried it out myself though. Not the point. My first like initial thought about this level was like, okay, A tier, it's solid, and then it ended up being in the B tier for like forever until I reworked the tier system like yesterday as of filming. And now it's ended up in C tier, which are my okay levels. Not bad, just they're okay. It's kind of like the new B tier. It's just okay. I mean, it's fine. I often forgot this level exists. The only reason I do is because it's like, oh, it's the first fan-made level. It's kind of what the images represent. And I gotta say, it's much better than the two that came after it. But after that, most levels were better. I'm glad we did get to see this level's bonus, especially as the last fan-made. That was very cinematic feeling. And honestly, I think it's just great that this level is here, because I think it was a good first choice. This level didn't have to be really flashy or different and have like unique obstacles. It just kind of was here. It was kind of difficult. It was like on the harder end of 5 stars with some hard inputs near the end, especially like right there or right here. It didn't really have any custom obstacles at all, and it was just a good rolling fan-made level, which is like, I think rolling fan-made is the perfect game to rip from for the first fan-made, so I think their choice here was justified. However, it's just kind of forgettable for me, and that's why I'm putting it in 6th place on this list. In 5th place on this list, kicking off the top 5, not that this is really that impressive because it's still in C tier, around 7 spots above Cave, we have Virtual Futuristic Network, which I will be calling VFN for the rest of this video and probably the rest of the time. This was, at the time, mostly American, well, no, it still is, mostly American fan-made, which is different than the past 4 that we'd gotten. Fan-made level 5. Not that that's just a fun fact, it really has nothing to do with my rating here. This level just suffers from being one of the most generic levels I think I've ever seen. We have, I bring this up so much, so many damn technology and scientific themed levels. Way too many. This was not necessary at all. I think there could have been a better choice here, but that's fine. It's fine. You might be thinking, then why is this rated higher than Cave? You said a lot of good things about Cave, and you said like no good things about this level so far. And to that I say, I think the route's actually pretty fun. For a 5-star, I mean, it wasn't too challenging for me to learn. I learned it pretty quickly. A Dream of 7 Years, that's a different story about how quickly I learned it. They came out in the same update, so that's why I mentioned that. And honestly, the soundtrack is kind of a bop. Except for the parts where it's like screeching, which is kind of annoying, but like this part, kind of a bop. Routing isn't too difficult to remember, honestly. I haven't played this level in like months. I think the last time I played it was my ranking every 5-star video. So yeah, that just shows you how little I play. Most fan-mades, actually, I don't play the fan-mades often. There's only 2 fan-mades in S tier. Granted, there's not a lot to choose from, but yeah. Like this part of the soundtrack kind of falls off, but like the route towards the end, I love the 3rd crown. Oh wow, the first 3rd crown I'm actually giving praise to this video. Because every other one I said I hated. This one's actually really good, and I'm very impressed with how the routers did this. This is TCT, I think, did most of this level, and he's pretty good at this stuff. And I just love the like complex route kind of here, but overall, this level is held back most by its just general, way too generic theme, and just kind of okay obstacles and stuff like that. But otherwise, it's pretty solid, and it's near, like, pretty much near the top of C tier. Kicking off the B tier, actually the only level in the B tier, in 4th place on this list we have Fanmade level 8, the Frozen Winter. This is the second Sunset Glow Morning Dawn themed level that will be on this list, and it's also the only Fanmade that uses mystery boxes, and I actually think the use of them is pretty good here. There is not a single mystery box that I actively hate. I'm looking at you, Competition Park and Cthulhu. And I think that honestly boosts its placement a lot. This level was in the A tier for ever since it came out, honestly. It only moved down to the B tier once again once I rearranged everything, but it's still at like pretty much the very top of the thing. It's probably like the 3rd best level in the B tier. I don't know, I'd have to check that. And B tier is my decent levels, so it's just kind of a mix of A and B tier, where it's like, they're pretty good, honestly. They're getting there. It's getting there. And this level uses the Sunset Glow things much better, honestly. I think the themes that were used here, like the backgrounds here, just fit so much more. And I'm actually glad that they were used. I often forget a lot of mystery box routings, and that's just because I don't come back to this level often, but honestly, it's a bop. And the soundtrack, oh my gosh, the soundtrack's so good. This is technically one of the only 2 fan-made bonuses where it was actually meant to be a bonus in the other fan-made game, this one being Professional Block. This is the bonus to the Breezy Summer. Wow, I always forget the name of that. And, I mean, obviously we haven't seen that level just yet on the list. So, I mean, this was a bit worse, but still, I think the blue theme here just really fits the vibe of Frozen Winter, which, I mean, props to them for doing that. I can never tell if there's actually animated theme in the background or if that's just part of the thing, but regardless, it really does help with the aesthetic. The mystery boxes are just kind of interesting. I don't really know why they chose to do that, but they honestly don't add anything to the level or hurt the level. So it's kind of like a neutral effect. Routing is pretty solid, especially for a 4-star fan-made. So overall, pretty solid level, just B tier. That's kind of what the B tier is now, just solid. There's definitely a lot of levels in the D tier, or B tier, just decent. Pretty all-around good. And 4th place on this list. In 3rd place on this list, and in the A tier, the only level in the A tier, we have fan-made level 7, the Breezy Summer. Also the main level 2, the level we just talked about. This level was initially S tier, and then I played the ending, and yeah, that ruined it for me. I've mentioned this in my deeper dive, you know, the one that accidentally came out way too early. YouTube screwed me on that one. But yeah, the ending just sucks. Everything else about this level, awesome. Once again, the orange theme really just does fit with summer, especially with the Sunset Glow obstacles. Very fitting here. Honestly, just perfectly fine. They even rerouted a lot of the bad things that were in Professional Block, and I never personally played this level in Professional Block, but I did watch a bunch of YouTube videos on it, doing my research before this level came out, because I did know that it was coming, and same update as Eclipse, and much better than Eclipse, so there's that. They rerouted that first crown that I just got, and it used to be, honestly, pretty bad, so I'm glad that they fixed that. That's just my opinion. I know some people liked it, I think, but yeah. I never played Professional Block, so I don't really have an opinion on playing, but yeah. Once again, though, the 3rd crown and all of that is definitely my complaint here. Even the 2nd crown is kind of weird, because, yeah, I'll show you. It's right here. I think it's, like, coming up. But, yeah. Soundtrack, also very solid. One of my favorite fan-made soundtracks, if not my... No, I think it's my 2nd favorite. I like it better than 2nd place on this list, honestly. But, like, see right here, I don't even know how to get it. Like, it's so weird. If I just paused it, I could, but, like, on the fly now. 3, let's go. I love the let's go. It reminds me of VR Fairyland so much, and it's actually so awesome. Here's where the level starts to get bad, though. That crown, awful. I'm surprised I even went for it. I kind of went for it by accident. There, you just die. This is, like, 6-star stuff. Don't know why that's there. This just requires you to guess where you're going sometimes, because otherwise the route will just stop. Right here, that's fine. That's kind of like polar expression. See, I did just die there. And see, there's some glitches that makes you do that. Like, how the hell did I just do that? I think I did the exact same thing in my deeper dive. And that's just so dumb. I'm literally just guessing the entire time. I have to rely on a glitch to make me go over air, which is not okay. So for all of those reasons, especially the ending ruining a lot of this level's placement, this level is 3rd place bronze medal on this list, and in the A tier. In 2nd place on this list, we have Fanmade level 10, the last Fanmade Earth Core Adventures. And I know it's called Earth Core Adventure, but I think the S makes it sound core, so I'll always call it that. This is the other Fanmade bonus I was talking about. This is Cave's bonus. And honestly, amazing closer. This is said to be the last Fanmade. Of course, Minimax has not officially confirmed this, I don't think, but a lot of people have said it's their last. And if it is, then props to them for choosing a pretty cinematic last one. First of all, it's the bonus to the first Fanmade, so amazing choice. As someone who does play rolling Fanmade, I did know this level, and I liked it a lot anyway. So it just made it easier for me to do a deeper dive on it. Such an amazing level. Like, the soundtrack is a banger, and just like Cave, it didn't need those fancy, flashy, custom objects to make an amazing level. Like, I mean, Cave was okay. It's just forgettable, and sometimes the routes just, eh. But this level, for being really slow with its ball speed, is actually pretty fun to play, I think. They didn't really change anything from the Rolling Fanmade version gameplay-wise, but they did change an issue that I had in Rolling Fanmade with the mover colors in this theme right here. In Rolling Fanmade, the mover colors, I believe, were, I think they were, like, yellow and red, which looked really ugly. They changed it to yellow and the brighter orange. Looks 10 times better. Love the change. And honestly, that was the boost I think it needed to just go into the S tier. It showed that they cared about changing just the little minor detail there. So yeah, honestly, such a banger level. Very cinematic to be the last one in the game. So silver medal, 2nd place, 2nd best fan-made level in the game. But what's 1st place? Well, 1st place would be fan-made level 4, A Dream of 7 Years. Also in the S tier, and in my opinion, the 2nd best 6-star in the game. I did move Trailblaze down to 3rd place, for you wondering. This level is such a nostalgia bringer. Unlike every other Minimax main anniversary level now, this level actually uses theme cameos. Also, the song, banger. Banger, banger, banger. It's so good. The C remix at the beginning, awesome, especially since the C is in my top 10, S plus tier. That's a new tier, by the way, just my top 10 tier, if you didn't see the post. And the level design here, like the custom objects that are only seen in the beginning, nice touch, honestly. Like I said, fan-made levels don't need to have flashy custom objects to be good, and this level doesn't really have them. It only has them in the original themes, which is fine, honestly, because this is mostly a theme cameo thing. Love the Spectre reference here, and this is actually a microchip reference in the soundtrack, but it actually works with the Spectre because I think their music style is very similar. And we do get a microchip cameo anyway, and you get the classic wide awake, wide awake thing. That's what I hear. And the mystery boxes here actually aren't a pain in the ass to get. So, bonus. No, this level's a main level, not a bonus. And I think the most banger part comes after the Alone 2 part. It is unfortunate that that level did have to make a cameo here. It honestly holds this level's placement back by around 3 spots. I'm not kidding, I hate this level so much. So that holds it back from being the best 6-star in the game, considering Nirvana's only 2 spots above it. But this is the true banger part. The EU Labyrinth references, oh my gosh, every anniversary level needs an EU Labyrinth cameo. Happy Birthday has an EU Labyrinth cameo, and I'm not kidding, that does boost its placement. It's awesome. I don't want to play the full level though, because that's incredibly hard. In my opinion, this is the fourth hardest 6-star in the game. I know it's not rated as so. I'm pretty sure it's the 6th hardest. Maybe the 7th hardest, ironically. But still, such a banger, nostalgia bringer, amazing level. Honestly, this could have been an official level, and it would have had the same effect on me. The fact that fan-made levels, people just did it better. Amazing, awesome team here. And for all those reasons, this level deserves first place, gold medal, best fan-made level in the game. But that's going to do it for today's episode, guys. I hope you enjoyed these special videos over the summer. There will be more special videos, especially like ranking every 2025 level near the end of the year. I have plenty more videos coming out for you guys. However, with school starting up for me, I will have to take a little bit more time off, and there's only a few more deeper dives pre-recorded. But I do have a new series coming your guys' way that I think will interest a few people. But I'll see you guys in the 200 subscriber special.